So I got a question about how can we actually make our own foliars? Because between me and you, suppliers charge about 20 to 40% gross margin on their products, which means if you're buying $100,000 worth of foliars, potentially there's $20 to $40,000 of savings for you. In our consulting, we don't sell product, it's just advice, so we can actually help you with this stuff. But at a large enough scale, it really is worthwhile trying to make your own foliars because there's some big savings in it, especially when we start looking at some of the trace minerals, and it's not super hard. So really, it is a ion plus water, and that's really much all it is. And then we spray that onto the leaf. So what we need to do is firstly we need really good water, so rainwater or reverse osmosis water, DI water. That is going to be the best water. Don't get dam water. Really, when we're starting to mix our own foliars, we need to have a good understanding of chemistry and how everything in a solution starts to react with each other, and then how that gets into the plant. It can get really complicated, but I think it is really worthwhile trying to understand or working with, say, us to help kind of implement these systems onto your farm. So water, we need to make sure we have good water. Test your water if you're going to try and use it, otherwise rainwater is fine. Ions. Now, ions are salts that are pretty much dissolved in the water. So the easiest ways to get started with foliars are highly soluble salts that you dissolve in water and then spray it onto your plant. So an example of this is copper sulfate. So if you look at your crops and you go, I need some copper out there, you can get copper sulfate, which you should be able to buy from your local ag supplier. And so a lot of our recommendations, we don't really want to make things difficult for anyone. So we're not going to go recommend you to buy these fancy products unless you really have to. Most of the stuff you should be able to get from your local ag supplier. So we have water, and this is just in a jar, and then a very small amount of copper sulfate that you might not be able to see here. It's a blue crystal type thing. So you just add that into your water, and on a larger scale, this is going to be an IBC tank or a whole tank, for example. So this stage of kind of increasing the supply of nutrition to our plants is what we like to put into our optimized stage. So this is optimizing our plant nutrition so we get kind of increased resilience of our plants, increased production for the things we're already doing. So you can apply some of these foliars with a pass that you're already doing. So you can apply, say, urea with a lot of herbicides and optimize that nutrient delivery of urea. That's the optimized stage. What we've identified are different stages you have to go through to regenerate your farm at the lowest possible risk. So if you're interested to find out what stage you're up to and get a custom report for that stage, you can head to our website, you throw your soil carbon content in, and then we get a free report. So really, now you just got to make sure it's all mixed up. In this case, we can just swirl the solution around and that will start to dissolve that solution. It will take longer depending on how warm the water is and the solubility of the crystal. There's a lot of chemistry that comes down into this, which is why it might be beneficial to work with someone while trying to set this up on your own operation, because there's a lot of problems that can go wrong if you mix things up incorrectly. So that needs to get mixed up. On a larger scale, this might include running a pump inside your tank so you can circulate and get everything moving properly. Otherwise, you might be able to use a paddle in an IBC. So we're going to let that try and dissolve. It should turn a bit more of a blue color. So for a lot of our trace minerals, we can just use kind of the sulfates. In addition to that, we want to chelate these minerals. So chelation is when we add a compound which neutralizes the charge of pretty much our ions. And so if we look at, say, copper sulfate, which is CuSO4, in the solution, this is that salt, the crystal. This will separate into copper 2+ and then sulfate, SO4 2-. So when you chelate something, we have this charge on the copper. We pretty much want something that will bind to that charge and make it less reactive with other things we're adding, such as sulfates, and or get into the plant easier. As my understanding is the neutral charges can go into the plant a lot easier. So there's a lot of different chelating compounds we can add. We can use some inorganic compounds such as EDTA. If you want more natural or organic compounds to chelate, you can use fulvic acid, which is a really great one. Either way, they pretty much form this complex around the ion, and it increases their uptake and reduces their reactivity with other things. So we always want to make sure we're adding a chelator, because that can increase the efficiency anywhere from 30 to 200%. Like the big increases to the efficiencies of our foliars. So that can just be as simple as adding liquid fulvic acid to the tank. And so that was a trace mineral. What we can also do is some of these our macronutrients. So this is DAP fertiliser. So DAP is diammonium phosphate. Now this is a soluble form of phosphate. And so rather than say putting starter fertiliser down, or in addition to putting starter fertiliser down, we could do a foliar application of MAP or DAP. And so as you can see here, that's pretty much all dissolved. There's a few granules in the bottom, but overall that is dissolved and we can apply that. So the benefit of, say, a foliar is that it's super efficient. Phosphates lock up in our soil because they react with, say, iron, aluminium, calcium. So they can lock up quite easily. And so the efficiency of this season's phosphorus applications are typically only 10%. Now that then goes into the reserve pool of phosphorus, or the total pool, and then that then gets drawn upon in future years. So it's not lost, but you're just kind of locking away phos for future years. Anyways, pretty much all of this is taken up, or nearly all of this is taken up by the plant when you apply it, making it a lot more efficient. But really that's it. So we can add our chelators to that. We can add fulvic acid. We can add potentially molasses or amino acids to help chelate this. We can add other minerals, but when you add phosphorus to, say, our copper sulfate or any of the sulfates, the metal components or the cations can react with the phosphate and then lock up. So we don't necessarily want that. We want to make sure it's all soluble so that it actually goes onto the plant. So there you go. That's kind of the way to mix up your own foliars. It gets complicated on scale, but also when you start trying to mix things. So again, this is not compatible with a lot of things. Phosphorus can be really hard. So when we start thinking about how are we going to regenerate our farm using foliars, using other things, we need to take an integrated and strategic approach to using these systems. And that's kind of where it's beneficial to work with someone like myself or just a regenerative consultant, independent, that's not going to sell your product, because we can think about these overall systems and try and implement them for the best economic and regenerative return for your farm. So overall, super easy. It's just getting your ratios right and making sure you're not going to burn your leaf, which is the other very important consideration. If you apply anything at too high concentration, you can damage your plants and kind of your plants will die or you'll lose yield from that. So again, if you're interested in mixing up foliars on your own farm and actually using them to derive profit as well as a regenerative return, so improve your soil health, you can come speak to us. We're consultants. We provide independent advice on these things and we can actually kind of help you achieve what you want to achieve rather than sell your products. So if that sounds good, you can get started with what we call our Regen strategy audit, which is actually just making sure we can help you and making sure you get an economic and regenerative return for this season. So we sit down, kind of identify the big levers we can pull for your operation. So if that sounds good, you can book in on our website. Thanks for watching. My name's Till. Cheers.